Oh my goodness. Was that last video not crazy? Golly, that last video was crazy. So I thought I would make one on the buyer's side. Yes, the buyer's side. Just like that last video, 5 biggest mistakes that agents make with sellers. Hey, I'm picking out 5 huge mistakes that I think buyer's agents make with buyers, guys. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to know how to make your business better, and you might be wondering like, why aren't I doing so good with buyers? Hey, you might be making some of these mistakes. So I'm going to tell you what the mistake is, and then you know what we're going to do? We're going to do how to do 5 top items with buyers at the end of this video, just like on the seller video. If that's what you're wanting to learn, stick around. This video is all about that. Before we get started, my name is Josh Barnett. I'm a real estate agent over at eXp Realty. Guys, I was deaf to eXp Realty for like 6 years. No way in heck was I going to eXp Realty. My uplines, some gentlemen that I respect, that do business the way that I do, joined. I started hearing what they had to say, and I kicked myself every single day that I didn't join it sooner. So if you have any inclination whatsoever, or if you're unhappy at your current brokerage and you would like to learn more about eXp Realty, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'd love to tell you everything I know about eXp Realty and show you how it's helping me in my business and how it might be able to help you in your business. Now let's get in today's video, top 5 mistakes that agents make when helping buyers. Item number 5, being a passive agent. Just being a tour guide. I have helped out, I've been blessed with being able to help out a lot of agents during my career. The agents that close the most deals, especially when they're working buyers, are the ones that follow up with the buyers and they're proactive in the sell. The biggest mistake that any buyer agent could make is being passive in the sell. Taking that initial phone call, setting up the search, and then never following up with them. Going and showing houses and not asking them during the showings, is this the one? You have to affirm the sell. They want to buy a house. They're going to buy it with the person that makes them feel the best about the decision they're making. They're going to buy it with the person that helps them affirm the sell. That's who they're going to buy it with. So the 5th biggest mistake that I see buyer's agents make all the time, they don't be proactive in the sales process. Call that person up, say, hey, what are you doing at lunch? Want to go look at a couple houses? Hey, what are you doing when you get off work? Want to go look at a couple houses? Hey, this house just came on the market. It sounds exactly like what you're wanting to see. Oh, wow, this is an amazing house. Would you like to buy it? Oh, wow, this is an amazing house. Do you think it's worth what they're asking? Come on. You affirm the sell. You're a salesman. You're a saleswoman. That's your job. Get the close. Get the close by asking for the next step. All right? Number 5. Oh, my gosh. Number 4. Oh, my gosh. This annoys me so much, especially when I'm shadowing agents, when I'm making sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're not giving the buyer 100% attention. That buyer is getting ready to help you earn a fat commission check. Fat. I make more money off my commission checks than I made a whole month's worth of work at the job I had in college. Come on. Sometimes God blesses me with commission checks that are bigger than 3 months worth of work at the job I had in college. And I had a good job in college. I loved that job. I absolutely loved that job. You better give that buyer 100% of your attention when you're showing them houses. You better not be texting people. You better not be on the phone. You better not be checking your emails. Give them the attention they deserve, because they're enabling you a way to earn an income, to feed your family, to clothe your kids, and to help out with charity at your church, okay? Give them attention. Don't be on your phone. Don't be checking text messages. Don't be taking other phone calls. When you're with that buyer, give them the attention they deserve. That's item number 4. Item number 3, and it's one of those ones where I'm going to recommend this. I see agents too many times take phone calls when they're not ready to take a phone call. If I'm not in a good headspace, if I'm not in a good place where I could take notes, if I'm driving down the road and I got my little kid in the back, did you see that wasp? That wasp was huge. If I'm driving down the road and I got my kids in the back, you think I could take a buyer call? You think I can take a buyer call and correctly and professionally handle it? No, I cannot. Don't be taking buyer calls while you're shopping. Don't be taking buyer calls while you're driving your kids to the aquarium. Don't be taking buyer calls when you're in a meeting with your team. You take buyer calls when you can give them 100% of your attention. Just like number 3, you've got to give them 100% of your attention. They will know if you're distracted. They will know if you're not on your game. They will know if you're not in the right headspace. And they're there to make a huge purchase decision, and they want a professional who's all about them to help them. Don't take buyer calls when you're not ready to. Item number 2, following through on promises. If you tell someone, hey, as soon as I get to my next appointment, I'm going to stop and I'm going to put a search together for you, exactly what we talked about. Or, hey, I'm super excited to help you. I'm going to get you that cost sheet so you can look at the numbers so you can compare them to what your lender is saying. Whatever you tell the buyer, hey, I'm going to call the city and see how much the trash is. Whatever you tell someone, it's called your word. It's a definition of you as a person. If you're going to set them up a search, if you're going to send them over an estimated cost sheet, if you're going to do something, make sure you're not over promising and under delivering. That is the number 2 way to lose a buyer's business right away. You have to stick to what you say, and you have to follow through on what you say. Your actions speak far, far greater than your words do. I do more action than I do words, and I do it on purpose because I want to over deliver. I want to give them more value than I told them that they were going to receive. I don't give myself unrealistic deadlines. If I say I'm gonna do something for them, I say before noon tomorrow or before the end of the day tomorrow, but I still get it done that day. I still get it done that night. Okay? You don't ever not follow through on something you say, because it means something to that buyer. And this is a huge purchase. They want someone who's serious and someone who's professional. Number 1 biggest mistake that I see buyer's agents make all day long, all the time, is working too much for a buyer that's not committed. What I mean by that is you can find out how committed a buyer real quick is during that initial conversation by just simply asking them, the 5 basic buyer questions. I've got videos on the buyer link playlist. Watch those videos, but it's basically just a real general brief prequel on the buyer on the initial conversation. You're asking what home they're looking at. You're asking them how long they've been looking. You're asking them why they haven't chosen an agent yet. And then you're also asking them what the lender has the loan working for them, and if that payment is good for them. Because with rates constantly changing, you've definitely got to get all those questions answered. And you definitely want to know if they've been looking for 2 years, why haven't they bought? Why haven't they bought? And if they've been looking for 2 years, why haven't they chosen an agent already? Most of my 2 main buyer agents, if someone wants to buy a house, they're going to have them under contract in 2 to 3 months. They're going to have them in contract in 2 to 3 months on a house that they absolutely love. So if someone's been looking for 2 years, they've been working with the wrong agent, or they're not a real buyer. They're not a real buyer. So those are the top 5 mistakes that I see buyer's agents make all the time. Now, let's reverse engineer them. Let's go over the top 5 things to do to be a kick butt buyer's agent. Don't be passive about the sell. You're a salesman, you're a saleswoman. If they want to buy a house, you get your butt in gear, you show them houses, you ask them how much they love it, and you sign that contract and you take them to closing. Number 5, you be a proactive salesman or saleswoman. Number 4, you absolutely give that buyer all your attention during the showing. You make sure they feel like royalty. You answer their questions. You look things up with them on the iPad right there in front of them. You make calls to the other agent. You ask them clarification questions. You give them 100% of your attention. They're going to absolutely use you when they're buying their home. Number 3, when they call, you only answer that phone when you can talk to them. If you got to shoot them that little text saying, I'm in a meeting, I'll call you right back, do that. But do not answer that phone if you're preoccupied. You give them 100% of your attention when you're helping them purchase their home and through each step of the way. Do not give them a little bit of your attention. Give them 100% of your undivided attention. Number 2, follow through on your promises. If you say you're going to get the information on the internet, get the information on the internet. If you say you're going to schedule their showings for 12 p.m. the next day, schedule their showings for 12 p.m. the next day. If you tell them you're going to do something, you better do it. And you also better be doing things without them even asking. That way they know that you're the professional real estate agent and you're reaffirming their decision to choose you on this major life purchase. The number one thing that's going to make you an amazing buyer's agent, that's going to set you apart from everyone else, is confirming the buyer's motives and confirming that you have a real buyer. The biggest thing that you could do to hurt your business as a buyer's agent, the biggest thing that you could do to hurt that buyer in future buying situations, is not have a professional buyer's consultation with them. It can be something as simple as 5 easy questions on that first phone call where you get the motive, the desire, and the timeline all right up front, and you get the pre-qualification or the letter of funds. Guys, that's it. You want to be a successful buyer's agent? Do those 5 things. Do not make the 5 mistakes that we talked about at the beginning of the video, but do the 5 things that we talked about as a solution. I really hope you enjoyed this video. You got any questions about eXp Realty, or you're getting really tired at the brokerage that you're at because you're giving them more value than they're giving you, then you absolutely have to give me a call. You have to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I love to chat with you about eXp Realty and everything that eXp Realty has to offer you to take your business to that next level. I'll see you guys on the next video. Subscribe, like, and share. Enjoy the outro.